So we run a real estate survey that tells us where you are as an investor. One of the questions is asking, are you an existing or aspiring investor? And also, have you started in your journey or where are you on your journey? And most of you guys watching these videos and most of the guys who completed the surveys, they did not start as yet, or at least they have one property and they got stuck, and that property might be their residential home. So in this video, we're going to say, first of all, if you have not started with that survey, click the link below. If you need any more information after this video is done, make sure that you book a call with me for consulting and coaching and get in touch with like-minded individuals. And just imagine yourself being with other people who are also building wealth in real estate, and they're just focusing on that, and they have same goals, same work ethic, and you guys can chat all the time, meet up for coffee, and that's exactly what you need, so you don't have to be a lone wolf. So back to the video. We're going to talk about one thing alone. How do you stop being lazy and start closing deals? And I think this is a very important topic. So let's get to it. So I think sometimes, the connotation around laziness, it might be because, you are not doing anything, and, you're not being productive, and you're procrastinating. I think that's usually, what we associate laziness with. So, and we're going to break that down and figure out exactly what usually causes that. Otherwise, if there are other, psychological reasons or any other stuff, that's not what we're going to touch on today. We're just going to focus on usually what happens when somebody with momentum who at least got started, or maybe who's looking to start, or maybe somebody who's on the way and then they just started to get lazy, not the people who can't do anything at all. So that you're gonna have to get different advice from that as well. All right, so reasons why most people get lazy. So in my interpretation of laziness and my understanding, I want to preface that to say my understanding, because somebody else might explain it way different. And I think laziness most of the time for myself is usually because I'm disorganized. So, and I'm going to talk about that in detail right now. For example, some of the reasons that you might get lazy is because your goals are too big and complicated, and then they overwhelm you. So you get overwhelmed by your goals, and then you get to realize that, hey, I want to do this big thing. And then now when you have starting to do the big thing, you get anxious, you get overwhelmed, and then it requires a lot of energy, because most of the time when you set up a big goal, especially when they say dream big, and then you go out there and you set up a big goal, you don't realize the amount of energy that is required to achieve that. So that some of the big goals we have, our complicated goals as well, require a lot of energy. I remember when I started in real estate, I wanted to get into industrial, commercial, I wanted to do office space, I wanted to do management, I wanted to do sales, I also wanted to do investing. I just wanted to be involved in a lot of stuff, especially because our industry is quite big. It's like 5.8 trillion rand industry. So there's so many I want to say subsectors inside the sector as well, which you can get into. So if your goals are sort of, let's just say all of them requiring a specific amount of energy, it might be a little bit of a problem, especially that hinders you from getting the work done, because you're going to start procrastinating. The second part is that you also expect yourself to be perfect. I have so many clients who would call me 15 times, like, okay, maybe they want to join a training. They book a call with our team. Hey, I want to join. I have these questions. This. You answer the first question. So then they come again, book again. I have these questions. This. And then they answer. And they're always looking for the perfect answer. They would even say, hey, I know this training would help me, but then I'm looking for the perfect answer. And then let's say somebody like that joins the training. They start doing the work. They start getting out there, and they started getting questions and tested, because that's when you have to implement use myself as a coach and use other members who are on the same journey as well. So that's another thing as well. So a lot of people, when they get to that, then it turns all differently. You know what they do? They start questioning those same question again, and they get stuck in paralysis analysis, analyzing. And most especially these people are the most intelligent people I know all the time. It's just engineers and all the people who are very analytical. You just want to see all the details and the beginning and the end and everything and all the circuits, etc. And, that's the another thing is also your approach for you to take a leap of faith, or for you to take action, or for you to take risk with calculated information is a little bit harder, because you want to understand everything and you're expecting yourself to be perfect. And I don't know why, but I think that is also going to waste your time. Another thing as well I want to touch on hectically, your inner critic. If you associate being lazy with being useless, failure, and a lot of other things, and then you talk yourself down and you forget about all the good stuff, all the good qualities you have about yourself. That also might affect your motivation very bad, because now everything's negative. Now your mind's going to be attracting those energies and those thoughts, and that's another problem. And another one as well is other people's criticism. If people who are calling you, if they called you lazy when you were young, and then now you feel like other people are saying you're not being productive, you're being lazy, etc., it might trigger some of your emotions that are diffusing your energy as well. And then I think that is also your motivation to keep doing. And if you are a business owner, then you can't be a business owner with that mindset, because if other people say something and then you get affected, then you're going to be a problem. But if you're somebody who's just maybe doing this thing as a side hustle, and then maybe not having the full support you're supposed to have from your environment, that might be something that is affecting your motivation, and you start getting lazy, procrastinating, and not doing the work. The last thing is also not creating a clear plan. That's obvious one. If you don't have a plan, it's going to be a little bit of a problem. Go watch a video that says how successful investors reach their goals. That is also all about goal setting. You must check that out. And that's the most important thing. So now it's time we talk about how do you solve this laziness mystery in simpler terms, because I simplified it for anybody who knows nothing about laziness, or maybe they understand this context, then they can be able to relate to it. I know I'm talking too fast today because I'm excited, and I think I might have a little bit of caffeine as well. So let's talk about the first thing that you can do. The first thing is creating small attainable goals. You go out there and say, okay, I have a big goal. I want to achieve this big thing. So you cut it into pieces. I do not like that too. Hey, I don't like the whole idea of making my goals very, very small. And I think that is a little bit of a problem because I'm an ambitious person as well. And I think that's what a lot of people who are having big goals having a problem with, is just cutting it into pieces step by step, and then you're achieving it as it goes. That's why when you go to university or you go to school, there's a curriculum of grade 1, grade 2, grade 7. It's because if they say boom, do everything at once, it might be a little bit of a complicated thing. As much as your goal might be to say, hey, I just want to graduate, you can't graduate in one semester. You just do all the subjects and sit there and the whole time and you just get everything done, because you have to learn some skills to do some of them. You have to unlock this different knowledge. You have to do a lot of things as well. So that's a little bit of a thing that happens as well. And I think that is why cutting your goals into smaller attainable pieces is going to benefit you. And also take time to develop a plan. Hey, figure out, okay, now I have this big goal. I cut it into pieces. Where do I start? What can I control now? What can I control later? Go watch the goal setting video as well, and also focus on your strengths a little bit. I also have I'm guilty of that all the time. What I do is, if I have a very tough day, then I get my inner critics come and say, yeah, you're lazy, you're doing this and that and all those things. And then I'm like, okay, and then I pick it up. I'm like, okay, now I need to focus on what I'm good at. What did I do before when I was in a situation like this or worse? And then what was that thing that I did? And I have to remind myself that what is his name? He calls it a cookie jar. I think his name is David Goggins. David Goggins calls it a cookie jar theory, where you just have to keep all of those things, tools you use, or the successes you use, and stack them so you can see them all the time. That's why people have, their degrees in the office, their certificates, their PhDs, their medals, all those things, awards if you're an artist or whatever. Most people keep them around so they can remind themselves, especially when they're going through that place where things are getting tough and their mindset is becoming negative. And also celebrate your small victories. If you manage to take a 5-kilometer jog or walk, or getting out of the house, if you're not somebody who's like right now is working from home most of the time, so it's a little bit tougher for you to get out of the house. If you're struggling with that, and then now you manage to take a step out, or maybe you manage to start eating healthy, maybe you spend 2 days doing that, or maybe you started looking at deals, and then you managed to make a few phone calls a day as well. So that is something that can help you be able to do what? To celebrate, to say, okay, I purposely planned on doing this and I got it done today. So that's a little bit something to celebrate as well. So celebrate all those small victories as you go. And also one last thing, understand that you can't do everything. Some of the things that you're going to be doing on your journey as a real estate investor, you're going to like them. Some of them you won't like them. I don't like doing my applications. I don't like completing too many forms. I don't like administrative work. I don't like I don't like professional work. For me, I don't like the architectural work, the plans, everything like that. I like having the high level view of a design. I don't want to be involved in that. I don't like doing those things. There's some things I don't like doing. And I know I don't like management of properties as well. If I'm doing the management, the administration, and maintenance, our business had that type of business as well. That's a whole new headache, I promise you. So I know I don't like those things, and I delegate them to people who are very good at it. So that's what you must also do. Recruit for support, for coaching, for administration, for a lot of other things that you know that you're not good at. Because how do you know? Because you've been writing it down so many times. If you're somebody who writes things down and it never gets done. It never gets done all the time. And that's why you must know, okay, just ask yourself, how do I feel about doing this? How do I feel about doing this part of my business? How do I feel about doing this part of my goals? Does it make you procrastinate? Does it need a lot of energy? Does it make you drag a lot? Is it necessary for you to do? And do you really want to do it? And then, that's there's a productive tip that I was saying, action, defer, delegate or delete, So you can also follow that process as well, and figure out if it's something that you want to action, something that you want to defer, something that you want to delegate to somebody else, which I'm encouraging you to delegate, or something that you want to delete off your list and you don't want to do it anymore. So that's something that you must be able to do as well. So guys, this is the end of this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you have any calls, any things that you need more information about, the goal setting, achieving them, real estate investing, and how to make it as a real estate entrepreneur, I think I can connect you to the like-minded individuals where you can be able to share, your ideas, your journey with other people along the way as well. You don't have to be a lone wolf, get out there alone, make all these mistakes alone. DIY in real estate business is very deadly. I did it myself, and I also ignored what are the advantages I had is because I had a mentor as well. And my first business failed of that because that's why I'm actually respectful of having a mentor, and I'm offering all you this opportunity to get coaching and be well on your way to building wealth in your real estate journey. So otherwise, guys, we'll chat soon. Make sure you book a call with me here. Make sure you get in touch with our team. You can go to www.ezracity.com, go to reach us, send us an email and let us know what you need, and then get in touch and we'll chat soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.